All right, welcome to another Monday night podcast with WeAre-Film. Today is March 2nd, 2026. We have another wonderful podcast with a great guest. We will bring them on shortly. I hope the lives are working, the chats are on, and if the music and video is good, let me know, and then we'll get this thing going. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the intro in the meantime, so that way we can get that out of the way. So let's go to that and let's bring on our sponsors of the week. That is going to be Suntech and iMagnet. Thank you for your sponsorship. With the sponsorship, we are able to do a lot of extra things for the community, for the group, including these wonderful hats, as well as putting up this event that's coming up in May. So if you guys don't know, May 29th to the 31st, Atlanta, Georgia, Film Fest, first event, competition, education, everything happening. If you want more details, go to weare-film.com. But we'll bring that up in a minute. So with that being said, let's get our show started. Oops. All right, let's take a look at our chats. I need to update that real quick. We got Bill in here. Bill says we're loud and clear, so let's go. Welcome, Bill. All right, with that being said, let's bring on our people for the show, right? So without further ado, my co-host, Mr. Ryan, the assassin, in the house. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm good, and yourself?
A lot better, man. My migraine is so much better right now. The Excedrin is kicking in. That Coke is kicking in. So that's what I'll be doing in the first few minutes to get everything back into norm.
Nice.
Everything going with you? You feeling better from last weekend?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better for sure. Not as tired and wore out. My voice is better. I mean, I don't think it's completely there, but it's a lot better than it was.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's bring our guest on, man. Give me a second here. Welcome to the show, Grant.
What up, boys?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So, thank you for doing this first and foremost, man. I know it's been a minute since we've been trying to get you on, and I know with your busy schedule and traveling, this is a lot for you to kind of have a time and date set aside to do something like this. We appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Anytime. I'm happy to finally make it happen.
Definitely. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Carl? So for the people that do not know, let's start off with that. Who you are.
Yeah. Happily. Yeah, so my name's Grant Menard. I started a detailing business back in 2018 called Menard Premium Detailing. It's been running and operating on its own since 2021. And I was URABLE's 5th user back when they launched in 2019. So I onboarded them within my detail shop and kind of helped with development of phase 1. Was brought on as a brand ambassador shortly after in 2019. And I was doing a lot of things like the Euro Stories, go to all the conferences, just speaking really high level to the industry of what URABLE could do for the business. And then in late 2023, Michael called me. In late 2024, Michael called me and offered me the position as the national account manager, which I took. And then we got acquired by Full Steam in about April of last year, and they gave me a new position as director of business development. So bringing on some high level offerings within URABLE and loving every bit of it.
Oh man, I love it. No, I got to get a little demo of URABLE at MTE. I got to see a little bit at SEMA, but from SEMA to MTE, man, you guys already had some upgrades, man. That was just freaking awesome to kind of see that within just like, 4 months, you guys 3-4 months, you guys did a lot of upgrade on it. So is that the new like future? Is that to like bring in more and more features to it?
Yeah, it's actually been kind of what we've been best known for and what's allowed us to stand out in the industry as a whole, especially when it comes to software development in its own right. Because finding a good developer is hard. Finding a great developer is even harder. Finding kind of like, that needle in the haystack, which is what Kyle Abens is, and he's one of the founders. I mean, he developed URABLE as a whole on his own since day one. So what's allowed us to stand out is really the fast-paced development, and we listen to our customers first and foremost, and then when they give us feedback and different preferences that they want, we go into development right away because we own it, and development's in-house. So what you saw from like MTE to SEMA, when we got onboarded and acquired by Full Steam, we were able to hire 2 other developers. So now we have 3 developers under our umbrella that are just working day in and day night, or day in and out. So that's allowed us to really streamline our development schedule and get things out even quicker than we were ever able to do before.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's up, Charlie, Trip, Richard, and Graham? Graham from all the way from Australia. What is up, Graham?
Aussie!
Graham is an awesome person, man. I love Graham.
Yeah, we're trying to plan an Australian trip.
He's going to be our head judge for our automotive side, so it's wonderful to have Usty as the judge.
That's awesome. Yeah, we actually we're in URABLE's in Australia. We have a couple customers out there, so we're looking at making a trip out there to Australia to go and see a couple of the shops. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure between Boyd Hunter and Graham, they can probably show you really nice areas of Australia.
Be awesome.
So, getting back to, you started in detailing.
Yeah.
In 2018. What made you get into detailing? Let's talk about you a little bit, who you are, get you know a little bit.
Of course. Yeah. So I actually graduated from Penn State. So I went to Penn State. I was studying farms there. So studying agriculture business management. The reason behind that is I was not a good student. So it was really the only, school I could get into at Penn State. I failed out 3 times out of Penn State. And they said, all right, I'm a salesman myself. So they gave me one last shot at getting in. They said, all right, you can go study agriculture, which I actually truly enjoyed. I wanted to get into like the Nextels, or not the Nextels, the Nestle's or the Pepsi's, or the, I was always intrigued on how a seed could be planted and then it goes onto a table and you're buying commodities years out. Like there's all this really cool stuff that goes around the agriculture space. So that's what I studied at Penn State. It was actually just detailing cars when I was there. And then I actually went into the pharmaceutical world when I got out of Penn State. I'm from a pharma town. We got Johnson & Johnson's founded here, Merck's here. We got GSK and some other the big dogs. So I got into pharma fresh out of Penn State, was in the managed care space of what it's called. Loved every bit of it. It was kind of like owning my own business for the company I was working for. And then ethics kicked in. And I was detailing on the side at night just for beer money and just to, kind of get my brain to settle down throughout the day. And when ethics kicked in, I realized I was not aligned with pharma at all. So I started the detailing shop out of my mom's garage, $1,000. Like I'm no different than anybody else. I invested $1,000, and my whole thing was, because I was making a ton of money in pharma, but my whole thing was, how far can I take $1,000? That's been my goal since day one. And I said, how many times can I multiply this out, and how big can I make $1,000 investment, and how quickly can I take it to $1 million? So that's been my mindset since day one that I jumped into it. And when I left pharma, like detailing was kind of just there to keep me going. And next thing you know, once I put all my time and attention to it, it just boomed. So had multiple expansions. We have 20 guys now, multi-million-dollar business, and it runs and operates without me being there. And that's kind of what I've been best known for within this industry, is having one of the few shops that can actually, do its thing without me having to be there 9 to 5, or like most people, 80-hour weeks.
So where is Menard Detailing located at?
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes north of Philadelphia. So it's called Warminster, Pennsylvania. We're stuck in the back of an industrial park, like a small park that's here. My mom kicked me out of our house on a Thursday. We had 7 Jeeps that were dropped off on our front lawn. So she said, that's it. So she kicked me out on a Thursday. We moved into our first facility, which is here. Back in, that was 2019 or 2018, March of 2018, we moved in, outgrew that facility in about 6 months, grew to the second facility, outgrew that one in about 8 months, and then moved into our current shop now. We've had 3 expansions. We actually just acquired the building too. Bought the building last year. So we're going to be doubling our space over the next 2.5 years.
Wow,
and taking over those spaces as we continue to grow. So it's like a really cool journey of what it's been. Like I've loved every bit of detailing and every bit of this industry, especially low cost of entry. Like, you know, I started with Dawn dish soap and my mom's drying, you know, bath towel. Like I started the same way. And people love the results then, just as they do now with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment that we have and, you know, products. So it's been really cool to kind of see how we can kind of start something with this idea and then grow it into what it can actually be.
So now you just, I want to ask you on that. Like when you started with your mom's towels and the dish soap to now with these high-end towels, chemicals, machinery, do you see a big difference between the quality of work you put out then compared to the quality of work you can put out now?
It's changed. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the quality of work now is definitely shifted. I mean, once you put a polish in your hand, I mean, the first polish I bought was from Adam's Polishes. Like Adam, you know, Patel, like that was who I followed for years. And those were all the products I was using. I actually bought a Cyclone, and that's what I was polishing my first truck with, which was oddly enough a red Raptor. I remember it to this day. So I bought a Cyclone. So go from a Cyclone to a Rupes, you know, or even all the new stuff like the bar jacks and liquid elements and all these cool tools that are coming out now. Like it's completely shifted the quality of work that comes out. Now, mindset wise, it's always been the end results always stay the same. So it's how good can I get this car with the products that are in my hand? That's always been the same, you know, the same mindset for me at least when I was doing the cars. And the same thing lives true today with my team. It's like how good of a quality is the end result going to be with the tooling and the products that you have available to you, and take it as far as you possibly can with knowing that there's that in hand. And if there's new products and new tools that come out, like we're going to be the first ones to bring them on to see if we can even level up our end result too. But it's been the same. Yeah. Like I think I spent more time back in the day. I definitely did. Like I would spend 12 hours on a car, you know, to detail the interior, but it's because I was all into it, you know? Like, I love vacuuming. I'm like, give me that farmer truck. Like I want to get all that hay up with that. There's nothing like that swipe. Like I don't care how many cars you detailed. If you have a really crapped up carpet and you take a swipe with a vacuum, like, there's no better feeling, especially when you listen to it all. Like there's just this euphoric feeling that happens when you're detailing your car.
I love my little Fantana little thing, that little vacuum I got from Costco. Like that thing sucks everything up. I cleaned my truck 2 days ago and I was like, dude, I hate winter because you don't get to show love as often as you should. Once you clean that truck, you just feel like once you clean your ride, you just feel so much better breathing in there than when it's like a little messy.
100%.
And man, I love cleaning my own vehicle myself, but detailing, man, I mean, I would literally spend 3 hours on my car. I haven't done it in a long time, but I used to detail mine, my brother's, my dad's car, just because I love being a neat, clean freak and trying out different stuff. But now you got 20 people team. Is that all in one facility?
Yep, all in one facility.
Do you do any mobile work, or is it just everything at the shop?
No, so great question. So mobile, actually, when I was out of my mom's garage, I wanted to get into mobile because people, you know, I always think of the customer, like how the customer mindset works. And I was like, okay, they're dropping it off at my mom's house. So if I can go to them, you know, what's their mindset going to be like? It's going to legitimize me. So when I first came up with this idea, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, it'd be really cool to have an ambulance or a fire truck and to show up and rebrand it and show up to the house like an ambulance or a fire truck. So I started searching. Like ambulances were kind of available there, but they're really beat up and it wouldn't really work out. And I wanted to kind of build like a mini office. So in a fire truck, I called my buddies and like, no, dude, like the water pressure is just going to blow holes in the side of this thing and half the tanks are rusted out anyway. So you really can't use it. Cause I was thinking, oh, water, you know, bringing the water with me. They're like, that's not going to work. So I actually bought a mini school bus from a nonprofit school up in the Poconos, which is about an hour away from us. So I drove out there, bought it, brought it back. It was like, they've had it since 1997. It had 25,000 miles in it. It was a Chevy. So I basically took that, I painted it black with tractor paint. I ripped out the whole inside, got every weld down. I literally glued quarters to the holes in the ground because I didn't have a welder to, you know, patch those up. So I glued quarters down. I put flooring in it, put a 150-gallon water tank back there, and, you know, wrapped it with just Menard on the side. And that's what I ran mobile out of for about a year and a half. But I came to realize that people, it's funny, convenient. You would think that convenience you could charge more for, but it was actually opposite. People that are going mobile charge less than your operations. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. I'm being super convenient to this customer and I'm spending time driving to them and unloading all my products and loading it back up. So that's when it, the light switch flipped and I was like, okay, I got to get a shop. Like that's the only way. And you're limited to one car at a time. Versus, a shop operation, we have, 25 cars that are being worked on at a time now. So it's like it's totally different, mindset shift of going from mobile operation to shop base. And anybody I consult, I started a consulting company, Power Moves. Like anybody we consult, we're like, get a shop right away. That's your first step. And then that way you can, basically build a team, get as many cars in there as possible, build the revenues, get more profit out of there, and keep it going.
So you're able to work on 25 cars at a time right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How big is your facility, man? I gotta ask.
So 11,000 square feet now, and then we're doubling, so it's gonna be 21,000 square feet. Like I said, by the end of 28.
And is this all retail work, or are you doing some dealer work in there, or?
We have one wholesale, which is Porsche Warrington, and that's it. I never wanted wholesale. I just found the right partner. So we're strictly retail. We're 85% retail, 15% wholesale. And best part is we run 0 ads. We are completely word of mouth. We built the whole company with 0 ads.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So we're all word of mouth. We give a great experience. That's what we're best known for. We're a customer experience based company that just so happens to detail. So we give an experience that people can't get anywhere else. They don't talk about their cars or the quality of work that they got done at our shop. They talk about who we are and the events that we throw and, the humans that they get to interact with when they come to our facility. So that's our whole goal. That's kind of what's allowed us to stand out against the rest.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you doing anything other than detailing?
So we do PPF tint, coatings, detailing. We have car storage. So that's where my office is here. We have 2 car storage facilities now. I had a build shop, exhaust tunes, intakes, motors, wheels, suspensions. I sold that 2 years ago. So we do a little mix of everything.
Beautiful. Ryan, you had a question. I'm sorry. I think I spoke at the same time.
No, it wasn't a question. I came to that realization a long time ago as well. I did a lot of mobile tinting. I'm from a few more hours north of you, up above the Poconos, up above Scranton. So I'd actually cover a good 50 to 75 mile radius probably to be able to keep myself busy every day, and I realized after a while it was the amount of time that I was spending traveling between these jobs. I could put like a handful more cars in a day.
Yeah.
So the shop really does make a difference. But I also attribute, the mobile years helping to build that reputation to be able to make the shop like full as well.
Yeah. That's it. And I'm a big numbers guy. Like people are always like, well, how'd you do this? Like I'm a huge numbers dude. So when you actually break down the numbers, you realize you're losing most of the time. Like when you're actually, because people only see, okay, how long was I there and how much did I make? But it's like, no, there's so much more that's wrapped into the whole idea of being mobile. Not saying mobile operations don't work. They 100% do work. Especially, look at PDR guys. Like they got 20 vans on the roads and they're doing, 8-figure businesses. Like our PDR guy, I know him really closely, and he does 8 figures in debt a year, with 20 vans, and they're expanding and everything else. So I'm not saying mobile operations don't work. It was just for me, I want to keep it all under one. It's hard to control, QC. It's hard to keep QC, quality control under wraps when you have, 5-6 different vans on the road at a time. So like single owner operator, could it work? Yeah, sure. If that's your operation, you want to, be that. But for me, I only build businesses to sell. Like I don't build businesses to become a lifestyle. That's never been my way. So, I only want to build a business to be able to sell, and it's tough to sell, single owner operator type of mobile unit.
Yeah. In the chats there, Rico, he asked, what was your most profitable service that you offer?
Tint and coatings for sure. I would say coatings is the most profitable now. Tint we just got into about a year ago. We've always offered it, but we just brought it in-house about a year ago. And then PPF is the highest revenue generator. So that's the biggest profit of the business as a whole. But it's because we got 7 installers there. Like that's the market right now. So we're chasing the market. The coating side, we have 3 installers on. Tint side, we just have, 1 guy right now with another backup is just in case. But the most profitable is Tint if you're looking at single service base. But if you're looking at the business as a whole, PPF brings under the most profit for us. Then comes coating, then tint, and then detailing we lose every single year. It's a total loss leader. Yeah.
So how do you lose on detailing and still keep on growing? Like, explain that to me. Like,
so I was, yeah. So when you're, when I was looking at the business as a whole, I said, okay, where, like, it started not making sense. Like, I was seeing my guys that are making 50, 60, 70 bucks an hour that were washing cars, right, and prepping cars, and it would take 2 hours to do it. So I was, okay, they're doing 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours a week. That's another full front for them, or it's another, half of a coating that they can get done. So when you're starting to look at the business and you're okay, I can get somebody to wash a car for 20, 25 bucks an hour. Like, I just saved 35 bucks an hour, plus allow them to get a full front end. So what our detailing department is, their only jobs to do, because we don't have a one style, like one person can't do everything. Everybody's defined in their service into their bay. So the detailing side, they do like a normal detail a day, which is a couple $100, but they prep every single car for the whole shop, and they do every single interior. So I don't want my guys that are making those higher paychecks doing interiors or prepping cars. All I want them doing is cutting film, installing, polishing cars, installing coatings, or applying tint. Right. So it's like that's so for us to lose, like, it's basically, we lose, I don't know, 10, 15 grand a year. It's not a huge amount. But when you look at how much money they're generating for the other services and the other bays, like, that's where all the profit comes in. So it's losing in that service bay, technically, but it's really generating more income and more profitability for the business as a whole, so because of what they do.
You're banking on the cross sale or the upsell.
Yeah. Well, in the detailing, it's more of a convenience for our customers than anything. I mean, we have 2 guys that are in our detailing bay, and we do two full details a day max. But it's because they're prepping 10, 12 cars a day for the other bays.
So if you're getting a tint job at your place, are you giving them a free detail with that?
Nope. I won't even wash it. We'll leave the baby shampoo or the hell he uses for install. We'll leave those runs. I don't care. Yeah. If they want to add it on, they can add it on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I always felt it was better to leave that stuff on there too than to scratch the car, unless they're paying for it. Right. So
exactly. Yeah. We're actually, I'm going to be submitting my plans to the townships, and that we own the building. At the end of it, we have the ability to expand the building, but instead I'm actually going to put a touchless wash there specifically for our customers. Only you have to be a Menard customer to be able to use it, from a car wash all the way up to, full body film. But we're also going to be utilizing that for the tint cars, or for just a car washes, maintenance washes and everything else, to kind of, take those away and just run it through the touchless wash. So that hopefully should be, as long as we get approved by the township, that should be done hopefully by the end of next year. That'd
be real nice in the wintertime, not dealing with the sand and the salt on everything.
Dude, Ryan, like, it sucks up here.
That's why Ryan moved down here.
Yeah. Like, I go to the local. It's so funny. I take all my cars because my team doesn't have time to detail my stuff, so I have to hire buddies to do all that shit for me. And I literally will take I have a unlimited car wash at the local touchless wash. It's like $30 a month, but it's awesome. So I go through it every single day. I take one of my cars to the touchless car wash every day.
That's funny. I own a detailing business, but I take my car.
Literally, I have to hire dudes to come and detail my stuff for me. I have 2 local mobile guys that will come and detail my stuff for me because my guys can't do it. So annoying. Well, it got to the point where I legitimately had to schedule myself in. I was paying for the job. I was paying my own company to do the job for me. And I literally schedule it in, and then I go to pick it up at night, and Mike would be like, sorry, dude, somebody else called. I had to get it in. I'm like, dude, I'm a paying customer. I can't get my own shit in. It's so annoying.
That's funny. I mean, I can relate, though. That's like same thing like with me owning a tire and wheel business. Like, you tell your customers that, like, they need to check the air pressure regularly. They need to rotate on a timely manner. And then you forget to do that on your own car because you're just taking care of all the other customers' cars. Your car is the last one that gets taken care of. So
I know.
It's kind of funny that you have the same experience on detailing side that you're hiring.
So annoying.
Outside detailer to detail your car.
Yeah.
It's just so
and I don't even enjoy doing it anymore. Like, I don't even want to wash if I wash, I'm leaving streaks anyway. Like, I don't care. I'm so now I'm over it. I think now that I have my 2-year-old boy, like, once he's starting to get there, so we'll have some fun. When he starts, wanting to put a mitt in a bucket. But right now, I'm like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'd rather leave my car. I just don't care about cars anymore. Like, all my cars just stay trashed. Like, I just don't care. It's just like this total difference of what it was 5 years ago to where it is now.
I can't drive. Like, I'll only drive if it's necessary in a dirty car, but I feel like I can't breathe if it's too dirty.
Yeah.
So like I have my own pressure washer. I've got my own like these nicer towels to dry it up quick. I even got a blow dryer. I even got like a whole bucket, and like I have 3 baskets full of just for car detailing. So when I wash my cars, I'm spending the Sunday, half a Sunday on that. Like it's just now I'm not trying to do it every Sunday. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not that crazy to do it every Sunday, but I
Yeah.
do love washing my car, especially the interior. Like I'd rather have my interior really nice and clean, dust free. My truck gets nasty because like between work and running around and doing so many things that Ryan knows. He gets in my truck occasionally. He'll see like it'd be hella dirty and it'd be hella clean, and it's back and forth on that. But man, when I clean my truck, I feel so much better.
Oh, there's nothing better. Yeah.
My
I just don't
truck
have time to do it.
So
I just,
so
you know,
much nicer.
I definitely know like I see the value, and that's why I tell our customers all the time. Like, you know, when I used to be in there, like, you know, I'm like, I do it personally. Like I pay to get the services done that you're calling about. So, and I pay other shops to do it for me. So it was like the easiest sell. They're like, oh, okay, I got to do it then. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I pay. You know, my team just doesn't have time to do it. Like that was the best selling point ever. Like it used to pain me to tell customers that I'm like, yeah, I pay somebody else to do the stuff that my shop can't do because they're too busy with customers like you.
Wow.
Calling in, and it was the best selling point ever. They're like, oh my god, I got to come to this place. The owner can't even get his own stuff done there.
Hey guys, sorry we kind of skipped on some of these questions. I'm gonna go back and make sure that we didn't skip anything too much. Yes, we do have a YouTube channel. This is live on the YouTube channel as well. It is WeAre-Film on YouTube channel. So as comment says, sit right here. So if you search that, you will get us. And if you comment there, we can actually put the comments on the screen separately, just like Graham is on there. So for those that don't know, and all the podcasts are there. So if you ever want to watch anything that you didn't, you can always go back there. It's easy to do and look through. But Jordan asks, did you used to wash your mom's car when you were using her garage? Like, was that something that you offered as a service in trade?
Yeah, you don't leave your wife's car dirty either. So you are, yeah. 100%. Yep. I wash. I store her car for free too. So I'm paying back. Whatever my mom wants, she gets.
All right.
Usually like that. Oh, go ahead. Well, I was gonna say it's like that with my family's vehicles too. You know, when I'm back home, if they get something different, whatever, I just take it. I don't ask. Like they don't ask me. I just go do it. You know.
Yep. 100%. Yep.
I mean, you got to take care of the wife. You got to take care of, like my daughter, man, she's got my Tesla now, and that thing is nasty because she's got makeup and she's got stuff all over the seat, and we had the white seats on top of that. And I'm like, dude, like you're not paying for anything, so you have no like understanding of what you're gonna do with these white seats. And those white seats are the worst because once they're stained, they're kind of stained.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you for sharing all that stuff about you. Now let's talk a little bit about URABLE, because I think a lot of people are interested in what URABLE is.
Yep.
And how does it stand out from some of the other CRMs out there?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you kind of take that first, and then we'll come back with some questions.
Well, I think it's a little loaded saying, just about URABLE and how URABLE stands in kind of its own lane. So there's a lot of different, when we first launched, so background on URABLE and how it became URABLE, right? Cool. So Michael retired from the healthcare industry and was retired for about 6 months, and his kids were working at his old company with him, Chris and Kyle. And they came up and said, hey, we want to start our own business. We kind of want to get into a CRM space, a software space. What do we do? And Michael was already a huge customer of our world. So he was getting, every car was getting film, getting PPF, getting tint, getting coatings. Like he was already a big customer and supported our industry fully as a consumer. So he saw a big lack in the customer experience and the customer service side of what we do. Like it was very transactional. Here's $200. Here's your 2 front windows. Here's $2,000. Here's your full front. And that was it. And there was no follow-up. And there was no, here's a 24-hour heads up. There was, even with the payment side of it, it was all over the place. So he saw a big need in our industry, and because he was a consumer of it. So that's when it first launched, and that's when, you know, they started developing URABLE of what it is, and it got developed from scratch. I mean, that's a huge value point for us. Like, we started with a blank slate, and Kyle started it from the first zero and brought it to where it is today. So development's a big factor. We develop fast, and we develop for a need, and the need comes from our customer feedback to us. So whenever a customer, aka a shop, sees something that they see a value that URABLE could provide to them, they submit it to us. We put it into our development schedule, and then we develop it, and typically it's fairly quickly. So everything URABLE as a whole, which allows us to stand out, is developed for the detailer by the detailer, like fully. The other part of it too is that we allow the largest array. So someone, you know, I know we're going to get into TintWiz here. Like, TintWiz is very focused in on flat glass and tint space. You know, that's what Eric built that company for. He saw a need in his own business. That's why he developed and created TintWiz to what it is today. For us, we have tint, we have PPF, we have aviation, we have marine, we have lawn care now. So our, you know, we can do it for one-stop shops where it's like my shop, where we offer 7 different services, or you can do it all the way down and isolated just for a single service. We also have mobile routing for all the mobile guys that are out there, and we've really dialed mobile routing in too, for mobile operations as well. So URABLE, you know, what allows us to stand out is that, you know, when you want something, we actually listen and we do it. We develop fast. Everyone's on the ground here in the States. Our whole team, there's 7 of us when we got acquired. Now there's 20 of us. We're all stateside. And our customer service is, I mean, rock stars. Taylor and her whole team on our customer side, like, we always have live chats. Our average response time is 2 minutes. It's even quicker now. I mean, we pulled that stat last year. So we get back to you within 2 minutes of an issue. You're actually talking to a real human, which is us. And then if there is a problem, we jump on it right away. So that's kind of what it's allowed URABLE to stand out and become the industry leader. And yeah, it's rock solid. Like, it's built like a pharmaceutical company, legitimately. Like, the back end of this stuff is, I mean, you can't break through it. People have tried. Hackers have tried. Like, hired teams have tried, and you can't get through. And we also don't sell your information, which is good. So your information is your information. That's always good too. And we're always developing. Like, we're never stopping. That's the biggest factor. Like, there's, you know, what we saw in a lot of the other CRMs is that they stopped development. Like, they got it to a point, and now they just kind of wrote off that, or it's their side gig. Like, there's, you know, one of our main competitors, it's his side business. It's not even his main business. Like, we're all in on this, and we're not stopping. And we continue to develop and continue to come out with new features and continue to innovate, like the partner platform and the 3D visualizer that you saw. So that's kind of what's allowed. I know it's long-winded, but that's kind of allowed URABLE to you know, become the industry leader in its own right. And they got me, dude. Come on, that's why. Come on.
Huh?
And they got me. You know, that's
there
why.
You go. I love the visualizer. I mean, especially what you guys had MTE, that vehicle that Michael was so proud to like detail. Like, he was like, I was going with it. He's like telling me the inlays, like the color, why he chose this, and how it just perfected that vision. What I really liked about your visual is that the night and day difference. Like, it's realistic, like real realistic, not just like CGI, or like it's not animated. It's realistic. And even with the tint, like the detail you guys put in, like I said, I can see the difference between SEMA to MTE, which is like from November to January.
Wait to see
like,
it now.
You know, I saw the difference because I saw both of them.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, this is freaking amazing. So I do got to give you guys props for that, man. I mean, like, really, I didn't dive into it until it was MTE, when I was impressed with how much change it was in there.
I appreciate that. And can I make a point to that too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So when we come out with things, like, we don't take any shortcuts. Like, if we're gonna do it right. And there was a reason, you know, the 3D visualizer, we could have put out 6 months prior, but we went through almost 1.5 years of development of the 3D visualizer just to get it to where it is, and millions of dollars invested into that one piece. That's millions that are invested into one feature in URABLE, right? So, and there was 1.5 years of development for that one single visualizer, and now we have a whole nother development team specific for the 3D visualizer that we have on board now too.
Oh wow.
Because so it's like it takes a ton of effort to put these things out, but the reason behind it is because there is no shortcuts. I mean, when we decided to come out with 3D visualizer, it was, here's the idea. Is there a need for this? Absolutely. Let's do it right. And then we, you know, the whole leadership team sat down and we just data dumped on exactly how to do it, and then we went into development and become what it was. That, you know, it still wasn't done at SEMA or MTE. Like we're like 90% there, but we still had to onboard all these colors. And we have what, 2,500 colors that are going to be coming into this thing now. And then we got into blackouts, and then sooner or later we're going to get into design work. I mean, we have 15,000 vehicles that are realistic. I'm happy you said that. You know, those are actual vehicle, like pictures of the vehicles that we take one at a time and then turn those into a 3D model, singular, one at a time, just like they do for, you know, your plots on DAP or on Core. Like same deal what we're doing, but one vehicle at a time. So I was
super impressed. I know it was impressive at SEMA, but like I said, because I seen it at SEMA, I seen it at MT. Like I already can tell how much love and effort you guys have put into it. So I just, you know, I wanted to put that out there because I was genuinely impressed, and I was like, okay, I gotta have a demo of this. And then one of your salespersons there was able to give me a quick demo, and then I'm like, okay, we gotta schedule one after so I can go into more detail, because I love getting to know stuff and information and see what can utilize the business the best.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm gonna go to Rico's question. How's the self-booking feature with URABLE? Does it have a self-booking feature on there?
Yeah, so we have something called the virtual shop that each account has. So you can actually take your own unique link and put it onto a Google My Business page, put it onto your website, put it onto your Facebook, wherever it might be, send it out to customers. So you can put whatever services you want on there, and the customer can go in and book their service directly through the virtual shop 24/7. It's always open. And then the preferences, like you have full control over it. So you can make it as detailed as you want or as simplistic as you want for the consumer. But we actually built it to where it will show the next openings specific for that service, specific to a base, specific to a tech in the shop, that the customer can go to your virtual shop and book it all right there. Or they can book consultations, or they can just book it and it'll come through as a quote. There's multiple different ways you can do it, but it's all right through the virtual shop. And all you do is just toggle it over. So you put the feature on, let's say it's full car ceramic tint. That's $5.99. You just put it in there, toggle it over. It immediately goes over to your virtual shop, and now it's live.
Wow.
And they'll take deposits on there. They'll take full payment, whatever you want. So you want a 10% deposit. They can't check out or book it until a 10% deposit's captured, or 20%, whatever you want. Or you can take full payment, during the booking. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I know when I was going over, you had 3 different levels. You had the basic, the medium, and I don't know if that's what you guys call them, but
yeah, Express Pro and Enterprise.
Okay, so what are the difference? And then I'm gonna before we go into it, URABLE also sold to Full Steam.
Yep, we'll go over that too.
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
We'll go over that as well. But let's go over the different levels. So, like for the people that are interested or wants to know what the difference are, what are the 3 different levels, and
So
what?
Express Pro and Enterprise. And honestly, the easiest way is to go into urable.com, because there's so many different features. Like we literally lay it out there for you on the three sides of it, and that's the easiest way to go on. The biggest thing is, think of Enterprise as automation. That's where we bring in workflows to you. You can basically send out all your text messages automated, long term. So automation at its highest power is at the Enterprise level.
That's what I was kind of trying to get down to.
Yeah.
Like, if you want your automation, if you want your scheduling, is that through the best level, the highest level? Or
you could do through Pro and Enterprise. Express is there. Like we kind of had Express as, I say Express is like the weekend warrior type of deal. It's doing this like, maybe 2 cars a week, but legitimately for $100 to $200 a month. Well, now it's, it's gonna be $120 or $220 a month. Like it's $220, to run your business for you. Like that is, when we actually put analysis behind it, it would cost about $67,000 for you to hire the people to do what URABLE does. And that's at a very low level. So for $200 a month, or $220 a month now, it runs your business for you and it helps operate. So it's a no-brainer at the end of the day. So anybody that jumps on, I say minimum go with Pro. That's not a selling point. It's the truth. A minimum go with Pro, and then upgrade to Enterprise. But we have something called the partner platform that's going to be launching later this year that you're going to be able to get URABLE completely for free.
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, you're going to be able to purchase every single product that you use within your shop, and 2.5% of those fees go back into your URABLE subscription.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So that's going to be, we're going to be launching that hopefully before SEMA Q3. We're in development of that right now. That's been my 2-year brainchild, just like the 3D visualizer was. We just put more emphasis in the 3D visualizer now as the partner platform became what it was. But both those projects I've been working on for a little over 2 years, and the partner platform will be launching in Q3 of this year.
So is URABLE more focusing on any specific services, or are you guys trying to umbrella everything? So like I know with TintWiz, they're trying to focus more on tinting and and flat glass and some PPF, but they're more for tinters. Is URABLE like more for detailers compared to tinters, or what are you guys trying to?
No, because we're finalizing we've been in the flat glass space for a little over a year now. We needed to develop it a little bit further, so our development schedule on that's actually being completed right now. We should be done with that in the next 60 days. We didn't want, what we typically say is most businesses are using like 5, 6, 7 different systems, right? We wanted to consolidate that all into one if you want it. So we didn't want you going and clicking on 6 different apps. It's lost time, right? So we want to say, okay, how can we build all of these, do it even better, put it under one system, and charge a person 1/7 of the cost? And that's what URABLE's for. So it could be just for a tinter, it could be just for a flat glass guy, it could be just for a detailer, it could be just for the weekend warrior. So URABLE's basically, like I said, it could be for the 80-year-old that's not tech savvy, all the way down to the 16-year-old that's super tech savvy. And you can build it it could be super ingrained within your business, or it can just be like high level. I just want to use this for scheduling. So there's so many, the beauty of it is that we don't define that for you. It's for you to define, but our team, we have a full onboarding team. Our team is there to support you during your onboarding, and then, as you utilize it within your business.
So Rico's got a great question here. I think I was waiting for somebody to ask this question. Will URABLE work the TintWiz? Okay, hold on. Will URABLE work with
TintWiz now?
That Full Steam owns them both, and he merges.
I could put it this way: Eric and I are really good friends, and we, under the Full Steam umbrella, we want both companies to work extremely closely together for the industry as a whole. Full Steam doesn't just buy low-hanging fruit companies; they only buy the best. And they bought the 2 best within our industries, which was TintWiz and URABLE. So the matter of fact, we are 100% going to be working extremely closely for the industry as a whole. Now, would that be a merger and, maybe down the line? But Eric and what he's done with the, tint side and flat glass side and TintWiz has been phenomenal. What we've done with the URABLE side as a whole has been phenomenal. So we don't want either of those brands to go away, but for some type of, maybe cross preferences that are in there, we're working on that now, but that probably, we'll have more information basically in August on what that looks like.
So a friend of ours, he is a URABLE lover. He's been using it for a while. He started off with PPF. We recently trained him for tinting and stuff, and he's been doing pretty good. He was telling me about you could scan the the VIN plate, right? And then have all the information completely uploaded into your system immediately. Man.
So we're taking that one a step further. All right, so it's a VIN decoder. So we put it in, it pulls in year, make, model, trim, right? And that's what's come through. And then for Carfax integration, you had to have a VIN in there. So every shop is Carfax certified. So you apply tint, you apply PPF, you apply coatings, you detail the car, you do wheel repair, interior repair, whatever it is. It goes directly into that Carfax. You define it. And all you do is click completed. When you're going through your preferences, services, or your products and services and adding those in, you just go additional services, click the ones off that apply to that, and you do it once, and that's it. So every time you do a PPF job, you click completed. Now PPF goes on that Carfax. Every time you wash your car, you should see my Carfaxes. My Carfaxes have 87 washes. I don't know. So if you see the value of a consumer, right, when they go to sell that car, you're going to want to buy that car that you see has been washed at this facility, 20 times in the last year. Right, versus the same car, same color, same spec that has no information there. So it's providing a nice value there too. On top of that, with the 3D visualizer that Cash you're talking about here, that when you scan that VIN in, it's now going to bring in the year, make, model, color into the 3D visualizer, all the way down to the color, like the actual OEM color. So when you're doing a gloss to satin conversion, or you want to show them what the tint looks like around that car to their specific color, our 3D or our VIN decoder will pull all that information in. So it's gonna, that's like game changing. I love
yeah.
the Carfax side.
I want to add something to that because and I didn't get to ask that. I think she said I may have not had this answer, but I thought it was really cool that if you have all these cars that, especially on the tint aspect of it, not going to color PPF yet, but eventually going to the color PPF, that's where my goal would be. But even on the tint side, like you said, the specs, what the color. So if a customer calls in and says that they got a Model Y in red, you can actually pull that up on the visualizer, put in the tint shade that they want, and put that in a proposal and send it over to them, right?
Yep, exactly.
So like, how cool is that? Like, you got the exact same car that you are looking for. Instead of finding one that you did service on, now you can just go to the visualizer, put that car in, put that color in, put that tint on it, and screenshot that and send it over to them. Like, hey,
You don't even need to screenshot it.
huh?
You don't need to screenshot
I
it.
mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you send that over to them and they can see it, be
Yep.
like, hey, this is how your car is going to look like with this.
Yep.
And this is the actual like image of it.
So we're developing right now. We're in development too of chrome blackouts. So you're gonna be able to showcase that.
Wow.
Wheel powder coating you can do now. Color or caliper color changes you can do too. So the other cool part of this too is that we're in development of now is that just for like full fronts or protection plus track packs, quarter fronts. Boo, no one should do quarter fronts, but we're doing it anyway. Full bodies. You can actually now show where that is specific to their car. So you can be able to click full front and it'll show what panels are going to be covered. You do track pack and it'll show you exactly on that quarter panel where that line's going to come up to on a GT3. So that's what we're in development now. Yeah, which is cool. So it's not, like everyone saw this and we did too at first. We're like, oh yeah, it's great for color changing, right? Of course. But we had to develop it even further because color changes is still new within this market. Is how can we take this even further? PPS, like paint protection spray, that's obviously a new big thing right now.
Mhm.
So we're pulling that into so people can now choose their color and it'll kick out I think it's Pantone to that color, and then you send it over to your paint shop and then they'll mix the color specific to the color that you chose for your car. So you're not guessing anymore based off like a little swatch booklet of the color that you're going to choose. So there's so many cool things that this visualizer is going to do, and we're not stopping. There's just phase one of it. Like as other people are like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? The answer is always going to be yeah, of course we can, and then we'll develop it out.
That
Man.
is crazy. I love learning about these things, but to just see it in realistic, like I've been in the tire and wheel business for over 30 years. And back in the day, they came out with these visualizers that was so like fake and so unrealistic that I would order wheels for customers based off of that. And they will get it in real life and it will look nothing like it, that I end up losing money on it and threw that away. To see what you guys are able to do it with now, how realistic it is amazing how much technology has.
Yeah.
Upgraded.
I really want, we've talked about it, but I really want to get into the VR goggles and start branding some URABLE goggles that we send out for the 3D visualizers. You can actually put them on your customer when they come in and they can walk around their car and then choose the color while they're going through that, VR world. But it's a real car. It's not, it doesn't look like you're playing Forza. Well, Forza's pretty damn, realistic these days, but you know what I'm saying?
That'd be pretty wild. They could actually sit in their car and look out the tinted window.
That would be even cooler. Now that might take a couple extra steps. So I'm not going to say that we could do that yet. But,
well, that would be great for the front windshield. Like literally show them what it would drive like at daytime and at nighttime. Because that would be my biggest thing.
It would be cool. Yeah, I don't want to take liability for that one. So I might deny that one for now. Yeah, because I guess if you don't turn the VR, light up enough, that could get real dark real quick. So I don't know. We'll think about that. Yeah, but at least for the color side of it, we'll go with that for now, right?
We get customers that want to go dark on the front windshield, and we at the shop will do windshields, but we'll do it to like the light shades. We don't want to go dark. And I've literally had officers pull out their badge and be like, I'm an officer. I'm like, I don't care. To me, it's liability. And it's also that you can risk somebody's life just for a little money. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, to have a visualizer, I can actually say, hey, if I put 35 on it, I can see clearly. Or if I put 20, I can see clearly. To have a visualizer that just says, okay, hey, nighttime, driving that. Tell me that you can see everything on that
Yeah.
road.
Yeah.
And then tell me that you want 20 or 35 on your front windshield.
Yep.
Because I always recommend 70 or 55. I don't recommend going darker than that.
No, that's at our shop we only go down to 50 or whatever Lumars is. I think it's 50, right? Or 35? I forget. But whatever it is. Yeah.
Rico's on here 50%, 20%.
20. No, thank you. No, I like seeing. I don't even do 20% on my side windows anymore. I'm getting old.
Dude, like 20%, honestly, it's getting to that point as we're getting older. I sometimes have to roll down the damn window just when I'm backing up.
I know.
Because I want to make sure I don't hit anything on the side. It is being the old and the age.
Man, I roll the windows down even when I in rental cars that are clear. Right?
I've always wanted to I want to learn how to tint so I can take some film with me because I rent a car. I mean, I'm gone almost every week, and I just like to tint the front too because I hate it. I hate getting in a rental car and just seeing, being in the fishbowl. I'm like, dude, like I want to find a shop that I can just, roll up to fresh out of going out of Hertz and just get my two front windows tinted. I'm like, just slap it on. I don't care what it looks like.
2 years ago, when my first daughter graduated, we rented out a 18-passenger van.
Yep.
And we were gonna go down to Florida in like June. It's hot as hell. I ceramic tinted that whole damn thing, including the front windshield.
Yeah.
And I turned it right back into Enterprises, and they loved it.
Yeah. They're like sick.
Dude, that's all windows. You know how like that big old van that took a lot of film, but I had ceramic film that from a previous company I used to work with, and I had their film, so I was like, okay, I'll slap that on, slapped it all the way around, and turned it back into it. And Enterprise guy was like, hey man, if you ever need another car, just let us know, we'll hook you up.
Sick. Let's go.
For the people that didn't see the wheel on the screen, we are putting your name up right now for the giveaway. If your name is not on the screen, let me know. I'll put it on, and then we'll spin it for some prizes.
So I had to ask with all these features that URABLE is able to do, and you're constantly putting more in. Like, do you have coaches or something? I mean, there's got to be some people that just get overwhelmed with all this, right?
With features, like feature requests?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We get completely overwhelmed. Like,
no, I meant as a user, like overwhelmed with even being able to, use it all.
So anybody that's a URABLE user knows, like it used to be even worse. Now we do it once a week, typically on a Saturday or Sunday. I think Kyle pushed it out, but it was almost to the point where you had to refresh your app or re-download it through the App Store daily. Because of that. So I mean, we do our best to do it, but we're so fast paced with development that we have to push out these updates, to the consumer base. So it's definitely overwhelming. I mean, even me, being with URABLE for 2019, so it's come up in 7 years now since I am board. Like I still don't use every feature, but with that, under Taylor's team, under our customer support team, we have a full team that's dedicated to going through your URABLE and showing you where some preferences that you don't have on there, some features that you aren't utilizing. And we have a team dedicated to that will literally go into your URABLE account with you to make sure you're using it to the best of its ability, which is pretty cool. So no, dude, we have so many. Like I don't know. We wanted to pull a data point and see if there's anybody that's using 100% of the features. I mean, that's like, on a daily basis, like that's tough. That's tough to do.
I can imagine that. Be tough. Like you having so many features. I have a tire software as well, man, and I've been using their software since they first came out with it in 2003, and we helped them develop a lot. And the funny thing is, the same company that bought out you guys and Tim they bought out that software as well. Autobiz. I don't know if you've known that since you're now acquired, but Autobiz was a company out of Sacramento, which is my hometown anyways, and I helped because I was into IT before I got into the tire and wheel business. My background was I actually worked for Hewlett Packard for a couple of years, And my thing was into IT, so I helped develop a lot of our wholesale guys is software for inventory and setting up codes and stuff for, especially on the wheel side, bowl patterns and offsets and stuff. But anyways, now they got acquired by the same company, and then a couple of years ago, and they slowly phased us into going over and doing the same thing as what Tint is now requesting to do, is to have them do the integration of payment processing and making it feasible, as well as more easy to do a transaction, right? So like there's less process or error if you're having the system automatically take the payment, so there's no error on the user side by putting in the wrong amount or making sure the invoice is not or and stuff.
Cool.
So but anyways, I just want to put that. What haven't you done? Justin, I've done a lot of things, mostly hopefully most of the good stuff, not a lot of stupid stuff. I have done some stupid stuff.
It's part of growing up, I think.
Anyways, I was just talking to my daughter. I'm like, you know what? She's 17 and she's thinking she's come up with some stuff. I'm like, whatever you come up with right now, I came up with that 30 years ago. Just remember that.
Yeah, I don't think you earn these gray hairs without doing at least a few stupid things.
That's the truth. Mine are popping.
Anyways, anything else you want to cover? Like we didn't discuss, you want to discuss?
I think there was a question in there, with the acquisition too of us.
Yeah, the acquisition. So let's talk about the acquisition.
Yeah, so we got acquired by Full Steam. So they basically reached out to us in late of 2024, and we had multiple private equity companies reaching out to us. And Full Steam's actually privately owned. They're private equity backed, but they're privately owned, which is pretty cool. But they own now 98 companies within different software spaces, and they're actually a software company themselves. So they got turned on to us, and we went through, and we've turned down, I mean, guys, 20, 30, 40 different offers throughout the years. We didn't even make it to the offer stage. We just know we're not good, we're good. Then we came to a realization, the ownership team came to a realization that we have 35,000 people that are on our system that are active every single day. That's 35,000 employees, business owners, whatever it might be. We do over $1 billion in transactions through URABLE so far, right? So this, it's well past beginning, startup stages. Like we're a true company at this point. And there's 7 of us that were managing this operation with 35,000 people that rely on us every single day. So it got to a point where we had to allow someone to acquire us, or every one of our users was on high alert, because if something happened to one of us, the company could fold almost overnight. And we have livelihoods on the line. We have families that rely on this at this point, and businesses that are relying on this. So when Full Steam came through, it was the right partner. We knew from day one, basically. And it wasn't like we changed over saying, we need to get acquired. No. When Full Steam reached out and Michael and Chris and Kyle went through, the beginning stages of their company, this wasn't just a good company, this was the best company to acquire us. And they only go after the best. And it allowed us then to make this where it's now a legacy brand, which is super important. It's a brand that will never die. This is a brand that could live on for generations now. And it's all thanks to Full Steam for acquiring us and for us to be a part of that. So that's when Full Steam, that's why the whole Full Steam thing came around. And think about it, we tripled our team. We were running off Michael's, retirement, which he went through it. He was down, there was nothing there. It was us all grinding and being overworked. We tripled our team overnight. And it was all thanks to Full Steam, and that supported our industry as a whole. It solidified the business, and we're going to continue to hire moving forward when need be. So that, a lot of people saw it as a money grab, which is so wrong. And I still feel so bad for what Michael and his family had to go through when they sold, because everyone's like, you're sellouts. But it was the furthest thing from of course, in any business, when you sell it, there's monetary value to that. That's all of our goal here, right? That's why we didn't get into business to not do that. So of course that's part of it, but it wasn't the main decision. The main decision was to make sure that this company was secured, and to make sure that every one of our users was secured. So if something happens to one of us, nothing changes. And that was the biggest thing. And that's when Eric came in too. URABLE, by getting acquired by Full Steam, brought a spotlight onto our industry, which we've never had before. Our industry's never had a spot like this before. It's something that our industry has needed, but everyone saw us as just being car washers, even all the way down to the software space. So when they actually jumped in, they went after all the different software systems. They saw that Eric and TintWiz was the next one. Like Eric is we all know, like has done such a phenomenal job at TintWiz and do what he's done. So they went after Eric, and not went after Eric, but they just started the conversation with Eric, and we saw a great combination here between URABLE and TintWiz for sure. So they bought the two best, and it's not like we both just went through price increases. Like Eric obviously just launched it, he just launched the acquisition on Friday, and like we have to increase pricing because we've tripled our team. Like you can't just run at the same pricing. And both Eric and URABLE have never increased pricing before, and it wasn't Full Steam's decision. It was actually ours, because sooner or later you have to increase pricing. You can't just add 5 techs to your floor, or a marketing person or a front of house person, and not raise your prices to make up for that. You're not going to lose money by hiring somebody, right?
Right.
So that's kind of where it all came to be. But now that both TintWiz and URABLE is owned by Full Steam, and we have the payment processing and everything else that's rolling through, like all it's done is brought a spotlight into our industry that we've always needed. They bought the best. Full Steam is the best at what they do. They're international for a reason. They own almost 100 companies for a reason. And personally, I was, Cash, as you know from being at HP, like, and me being in the corporate background, the last thing I wanted was for us to turn into a corporation. It's been totally opposite of that. Like, they've allowed us to run and operate exactly like we always did. They just gave us, additional funding to be able to hire and give the support that we've needed to continue to move this thing forward and move the needle. So I'm a big proponent of Full Steam. Having my corporate background, it's not that under any means. Like, all these decisions were made in-house by us, and they just support it at the end of the day.
Well, I do gotta say that working with Hewlett Packard, even though it was almost 30 years ago, that these big giants, and I get the same thing in our industry as well. Like when you're talking about Eastman, you're talking about Expel, is like these are big giants that don't care about it, man. Most of the staff is opposite, man. They're just like us. They do care about it. They do work hard in it. But at the end of the day, like you said, it is a business. They are there to make profit, and they are there to make sure that all the families are taken care of. Yep. And it's with you guys both increasing the price. We just had that comment earlier on our page about like, hell, man, I can't believe they went up on price. But if you look at it with TintWiz, and I think you guys went up just $20?
$20, yep.
Yep. So TintWiz went up $50, but in 6 years they went up $50, but they've added like so many features that you're getting additional benefits for the same cost. Yep. But if you divide that 6 years, the $50 in 6 years, that's like $9 a year that they went up. So if they did an increase incrementally $9 a year, nobody would have had a if about it. But they gave you 6 years of ride, kind of like you guys did the same thing. You guys gave us 7 years of ride, and now you're just only going up $20. But you've added tons of more features to it. That's like coming in and wanting the detail, but you want inside, outside, everything detailed, but you want to pay that $20 exterior wash price.
Yep.
Exactly. You started off with exterior wash, right? Like that's maybe what you started off with, but then you started adding, interior, the carpet and all that stuff. But, for a little bit, you kind of did it for the same price. And that's the kind of way I try to explain to people. I'm like, dude, for what you guys are able to do with what you said earlier, what you're able to do for $220 is literally what you would pay a staff member $60,000 for.
Yep. Minimum. More. I can tell you it's more. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's, I mean, honestly, if you don't get it and you think it's too much, man, if you can find something else that works for you, best of luck to you, because everybody can make their own best decision. But running multiple businesses, running with a lot of different softwares I've worked with, and what you guys are able to do for this industry, man, it is freaking phenomenal.
I appreciate that.
I'm only getting to know URABLE a little bit by little bit, but getting to know TintWiz for the last couple of years, man, even what I've said this years ago, the Eric at $100, it was a freaking,
it's a steal.
It's steal. Yeah. I mean, how easy your life is, how like you can go from your phone to your computer to your iPad, and it's just everything's there. But forget all that. You know how much I pay Apple to have extra storage for my pictures and videos? That alone right there pays for what you would pay for your softwares. But anyways.
And can I say one thing about this too, if it's cool? So it's, Michael, since day one, has been the whole motto of URABLE is not to screw the small guy. That's been our motto legitimately since day one. Like URABLE was built for, oddly enough, like the weekend warrior single owner operator to make their life easier and so that they could provide for their family and for themselves. So if we actually look at the, almost 3,500 businesses that are under, their URABLE right now, the majority of those businesses could afford $1,000 or $2,000 a month and would be happy to pay for it because they see the value. But the whole deal was, no, we can't screw the little guy. We can't screw those $80,000, $100,000, $150,000 a year revenue, guys, because an extra $10 matters, or an extra $100 matters, an extra $500 matters. So that's been our motto since day one. Like I've been saying we should be charging $500 a month for this, and I still think that's cheap. $1,000 is even cheap, but that might be closer to market on it. But for $100 to $200 a month, like you could really, or 120 or 220 now, it's starting April 1st, like, and pay for the whole year. You get 2 months for free. So there's just so much value that comes through, and I'm not trying to sell it here. It's just the reality of, because I have to take a certain stance within the community, being that I work for URABLE, but I also use URABLE. Like, there's like, that's always, it's kind of a, how do I see it from both sides? So should I be super corporate here? Yeah, probably, but I'm not. I've never been that person. Like I shoot it real. I shoot it from the shop side of it, and I also shoot it from the software, from the working for URABLE. And that's what's always, done really well by me, because I don't sugarcoat it. So what I say is real. It's always been it. And that's kind of, been my whole take on this from a business owner side of it, being the detailing. So I'm like, this is so cheap. Like I'll never not use it. It's like 20 grand for the next 10 years. If you look at it as a whole, how much money is your business going to flow in over the next 10 years? 10, 15, 20 million? Like, come on, you're worried about 20 G's? Jeez.
Dude, I paid $445 for my entire software CRM, $445 a month. See? And I'm capped at 6 users on that one.
See?
Just to give you a little insight. Like, so I understand when I'm looking at your guys' software, what you guys are offering with the capabilities of what it can do compared to what's other stuff out there. I pay full $45 a month with 6 caps. That means if I have it open on 6 computers,
you're done.
The 7th one, I can't open up until like one of them other ones goes down. And if I want the 7th one, I had to pay another $50 to have a 7th user. They do it by that.
Yep. And that's where,
anyway, that's like where you don't have to sell it. It's like we said earlier, is like, we understand where you guys are going, both you and Tint, and we appreciate it and thank you guys for what you guys have been doing for the industry.
Of course.
And we love bringing lights to it. And hopefully with this podcast, it can help somebody make the right decision, whether they want to jump on it or whether they want to look at it and see. But I'm looking forward to this year for both of you guys and see what the growth can be. Because like I said, I've said it multiple times already. I've already seen the growth within what you guys done within months. So by this SEMA, or you said August, what announcement you have in August, or what show are you guys doing in August that you guys got announcements on?
Eric and I are gonna be working on some things for Tint Battles. Yeah. So I'm just coming. I'm new to the tint side of it, so I'm working it. But Eric and I are gonna be working on some things for that. So we'll be very diligent into what that looks like over the next couple months. But it's mostly honestly, there's nothing secretive about it. It's just how much closer can we work together for the industry to impact as many businesses as possible in a positive way. So that's what Eric and I are going to be, now that we have the ability to do it, not being quote unquote competitors, now that we're all under one umbrella, Eric and I can get super deep and very attentive on what this looks like. Tint Battles. Sorry, Rico. All right, dude. I'll take one there, dude. We can slide it on. Can we delete that comment?
let me do this.
Jeez, my bad.
I don't know too much about the rest of Fullstream's portfolio, but from what I see from their acquisition of you and Tint was, I mean, it makes sense for them to keep you guys on, right? You guys are both companies that have been growing, and getting more recognition and growing and working and putting more back into your businesses. So, I think that if they keep doing what they're doing with you or what they plan on doing and let you guys keep growing and just, helping you grow, I mean, it makes sense for, both of you guys and the consumers, and full stream and everybody
Yep.
to just keep going. I think it's really great. Now, I remember talking with Michael a few years ago, and he told us the whole story, about how he got into it, his retirement and stuff, and he started to sometimes question like why he was this involved in another venture after he's retired. So I'm really happy for him too to be able to step back a little bit, I think, and maybe kind of start enjoying retirement again.
He's gonna, 'cause he didn't have the ability to. Yeah. And Ryan, I'm happy you said that too. Like Michael's done it because he said it's the best time of his life right now because he gets to work side by side with his 2 kids every single day. Like what's, from a parent standpoint for us, like what's better than having your kids, like you have to wake up and do something impactful for them and leave a legacy behind that your kids now get to, live with for the next 60, 70, 80 years and then potentially be passed down to theirs. Yeah. So there's not a cooler thing from a dad standpoint than being able to do what he's doing right now. And, so anybody that knows Michael and was saying those things, like that's just wrong. If you knew the real Michael, he's doing this so he can spend as much time with his kids as possible. Like he gets to spend, think about like 12, 14, sometimes 16 hours a day they're working, those 3, and that's with your kids. Yeah, like you get 16, and this is the time where typically when kids hit their 30s, like you get to see them maybe once a month, and he gets to see them every single
once a holiday,
day.
Man.
Yeah, once a holiday if you're lucky. Yeah, he gets to be with them every single day. So when he got out of retirement, like at first, it was to support them, and then he realized just how much of an impact URABLE's making on his life. Now, with that being said, he's definitely tired. Like he put his time in. So it's time for him to get back in retirement, and hopefully over the next year or 2, he's able to do that again. And that's from all of our support. Like we're all saying, Mitch, it's time. Like hang it back up, man. We got this. And he knows that now. And now that he knows this business is secured under full steam, I think I know that's gonna relieve him, of his position in the next few years. But he'll always be involved. Mitch can never leave it. We call him Mitch, but he'll never let it go 100%.
Well, I mean, now he can enjoy the gathering with these events and these shows and Tony battles, and other stuff. And,
it's not Tint battlers.
he can enjoy his cars now a little more too.
I mean, I can see Carlos turning in his sleep like, what the hell are they talking about? Don't you know it is Tinner battle?
Guys, it's 9 p.m. on a Monday. I just got home. I got 2 young kids. I got one excuse. All right.
Hey, the people there are battling, right? They're battlers.
Yeah, maybe it should be rebranded. Maybe I got something. I'm on to something here.
But no, this is wonderful. All right, guys. I think that's all the questions we got right there. So we're gonna go ahead and spin the wheel and call it a night. So if there's anybody in there that has not had their name on the wheel, please let me know. I am also going to bring out our sponsors one more time to thank the sponsors. This week's sponsors are iMagnet Management and Suntech Window Film. So thank you to those guys. And we are going to go ahead and spin the wheels. I've got 3 prizes for you guys this week. We're going to do 2 goodie bags and 1 film hat. And it'd be the 3D film hat. And then for people that have not bought their tickets for Film Fest, you want to go to WeAre-Film. I'm gonna put that on here so you guys can see the website, and we'll go over. I know there's some questions people have asked. I want to kind of go over this real quick with you guys. The website is wearefilm.com. Film Fest, May 29th, 31st, Atlanta, Georgia, Gal South Convention Center. You can buy all your tickets from right here, including the welcome dinner, which is a Dinner for Cause donation. $20 gets you dinner and 3 hours of fun at main event. We are also going to be adding on the plotter, the film handler, and a few other goodies in the special events that's still being built. For your hotels and venue, our preferred hotel is the Westin. It has the discounted rate. Before those are gone, book your hotel. This is the connected hotel to the convention center. So if you're competing, this would be the most convenient spot for you to be at, so you don't have to drag your tools all over the place. And if you go back to your competitors, we have all the competitions in one area where you can get all your competitions. Here are the winning prices for the competitions. Here are the registration for your competitions, the flat glass, the paint protection, the rep versus rep, and your auto singles and teams. So this is the newly updated website. So if you guys haven't seen that, that is that. And we're adding the vendor and venue and special events individual page pretty soon. For attendees, if you just want to come and attend, we have a single day pass and we have a 3-day pass. You got early bird until March 30th. And then after that, it will be $99 instead of $77. Or if you want a single, it's currently $35 and it'll be $45. And yes, you can buy this even all the way to the event because this is available for anybody. The competitions, however, end May 15th. The closeout for all the competitions are going to be ending on May 15th. So just wanted to kind of share that with you guys. And as we update this, we'll update more information for everybody. But with that being said, let's bring out the wheel. Let's get some winners. Grant, since you are the guest, you tell me when to spin it, and we'll spin the first two for a goodie bag, and then we'll do the hat last.
Let it rip.
Bill, congratulations. Bill, are you still in the chat? Because you do have to be here to win it. Bill, you got a goodie bag. Okay, I see something about 17 and under. Who asked what? Spin it. I got my welcome dinner tickets. Do kids get in free? Kids are free for the event. For the welcome dinner, you do have to purchase your ticket for that, for kids and adults. Bill says he's here. Congratulations, Bill. You got the first goodies bag. All right, whenever Grant says for the second one, we'll spill the second one.
All right, let her go.
This is goodie bags number 2, and it's going to Justin V.
Congratulations, Justin. Justin V, you said? Man.
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Justin was just in here. Hopefully he's still in here and he can claim his prize. Justin Van Dyke, are you still in here? Oh, I'm winning on a month this this year. Bill has won something every month. That's awesome, Bill. Oh, wow. Fernando says, with Grant's permission, I can give away a 3D hat with the URABLE logo on it.
Whoa, oh, yeah. Awesome. Let's do it.
Woohoo. He said, there you go. Okay, so
I could send you the logo files too if you need them.
Yeah, there you go. Rigged for Bill. Yep, it is. All right, this is for the film 3D head, and then we'll do the URABLE last. Whenever you say, Grant.
All right, go ahead.
Wait, have you seen his hats, Grant?
The 3D hats?
Yeah.
No, you got one on you?
Yeah.
Cash is probably wearing one. Try to give him an up close one. Man.
All right, hold on. Let me put it on the bigger screen.
After you see the hat, the URABLE hat.
Wild.
Yeah, once you see the URABLE hat, you're going to probably want one for yourself.
All right, I'll personally buy one too.
So that is 3D hat, and he makes them for us. We have them done in different colors as well.
That's rad.
So they stand out really thick, and just to kind of give you a comparison, what it looks like with a regular embroidery hat and 3D.
So much better.
That's embroidery. That's 3D. You can see the difference in thickness.
Is it like plastic, or what is it? Is it flexible?
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know the material, but it's kind of like plastic, but it's rubbery.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm. It's you can hear it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing what these hats are, and how much love Fernando puts into them.
Yes, definitely send me a DM or an email. Yeah, might need those for the team.
Yeah, you probably will.
You probably will want it. All right, so let's spin it.
I see how this works. I know. I just got swindled. All right.
So Rico won. Rico says that red one and blue is nice. Okay, Rico, he's in here. He just got it. And
He won? He won a hat? Rico won a hat, you said?
Ryan, repeat that one more time.
Rico won a hat, you said?
No, I think Rico won the second bag. First bag was...
No, Justin won the bag. Bill and Justin won the bag.
Yeah, well, doing 2 bags and then a hat.
Yeah, right.
So Justin won the hat, bag, and then Rico won the bag. Now we're going for the hat.
No.
That was the third.
Right, you gave Bill a hat, or a Bill a bag, Justin a bag.
Okay, Rico is a hat. Okay, Rico, you got a hat.
Okay, so you just won it? Okay.
Yep, Rico just got a hat. And then we're going to do URABLE hat, and I'm going to put my name on there because I want to get a URABLE hat.
I'll add something into this too. I'll do 3 months of enterprise if you're able as well for whoever wins
Whoa.
this. So it's another $600 or $660.
What? Now I definitely need to win this.
You can add the other 2 back in if they already won too. I know this is gonna be unique.
All right, there we go. We'll put Bill back in here. We'll put Justin back in here, and we'll put Rico back in here. All right, we'll shuffle it. And this is for a hat plus 3 months of URABLE.
Enterprise. All right, let it rip.
Right. He said, "Let it rip."
That's the premium one, the Enterprise, the full boat.
Yep.
Oh,
he did it. He's back.
Justin, double winner tonight.
Justin?
Yeah. Justin, double winner. Oh my God.
Hey, Justin, buy me a lotto ticket.
Congratulations, Justin. That is freaking awesome, man. You just hit the lotto right there. That's like
660.
700 something with a hat in there, man, just tonight. They're not cheap, man.
Actually, we have to charge sales tax now too, so that's like add that on top of the 660. Yeah.
Oh man. Hell yeah. Congratulations, Justin.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on here, Grant. Any last
Thanks,
words you want to say to the audience before we kick this off tonight, man?
No, just I appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks to everybody that obviously tuned in for this. That's going to be watching. Like I said, I'm an open book, so I'm no different than anybody else. So you can always, approach me. Any questions you have, both good or bad, come at me with them, and we can have a true conversation. Make sure you go check out URABLE. We give a free 30-day trial on there at urable.com. We don't take your credit card information, so you can actually get a true 30-day. And then, like I said, the 3D Visualizer partner platform's coming out. That'll be, this year, coming soon. And we're going to be everywhere this year, too. And we're really excited to, I'm really excited to work side by side with Eric and see what we can do for this industry.
Well, if you want to come to Film Fest, let me know. I still
I'll definitely let you know.
There.
Yep.
So, we will love to have you there for Film Fest. Whether you come in as a vendor or whether you come in as an attendee, man, either way.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Love to have you there. All right, guys. With that, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Grant, for being on here, brother. Appreciate it.
Later.
Good night.